Welcome to Archiversity online lectures. In this lecture, I am going to explain you how to calculate, analyze and interpret return on total equity. In case of a return on total equity, for a numerator, we consider profit for the year, and from that we deduct any dividends to be paid to the redeemable preference shareholders. And in a denominator, we consider both the equity, that is common equity, as well as a preference equity which is not redeemable. I explain this ratio with the help of two companies' financial statements. The return on total equity is calculated as profit for the year. From this you need to deduct or minus dividend paid to redeemable preference shares, and this upon your total equity. When you say total equity, this includes common equity plus preference equity which is not redeemable. So for this purpose, we need two financial statements. One is your profit for the year. You will get from a financial statement, that is a statement of income and loss, and your total equity you will get from a balance sheet. So two financial statements, one is a balance sheet and second one is income statement. So here I sourced the financial statements of MT Educare. Now from MT Educare you can see profit for the year. Here you have a profit or loss for the year. This is a loss of 5,230 and profit of 730 in 2 financial years. And here the values are for the 2 financial years, that is 2019 and 2020. All values are in rupees lakhs. The company is MT Educare. So you have a numerator, and there is then you need to look at the balance sheet to look at equity capital. So here this company has got a equity share capital. Only one form of equity is here. So and other equity. So this all comes to your total equity, and there are no preferences and no preference dividend is to be paid. And from the notes you can see that the authorized share capital is issued and subscribed, and here you can read the company has only one class of equity shares. That means all the shares are a common equity only. So that means in your numerator you have only a profit for the year. You don't need to deduct any preference dividend to be paid to the redeemable preference shareholders. Then in a total equity it is only common equity. So we will calculate for 2 financial years, that is 2019 and 2020. Now this is profit for the year, that is a profit after tax. So for 2019 this is 730 lakhs and here 5,230 lakhs. So there is a phenomenal decrease in profits for the company. Earlier in 2019 it made a profit, but in 2020 it incurred a loss of 5,230 lakhs. Then we go to the equity. So total equity is in the financial year 2019, total equity is 22,125. Equity is 22,125. Yeah, 22,125 and 16,849. 16,849. This decrease in equity maybe because of a change in other equity. We'll see that one also. So here you have a notes to the annual report. So equity share capital, this is issued and subscribed equity share capital is 72,228.054 lakhs. Number of shares are here and amount is here. So there is no change in issued subscribed equity capital, that is 7,222 lakhs for both the financial years. However, in case of other equity, you can see here, in case of other equity there is a loss. There is a decrease in general reserves here and also decrease in general reserves here. Because of these two, the company has witnessed a decrease in its other equity. So this resulted into your decrease in a total equity. That means the decrease in a total equity is because of the losses or the accumulated losses the company witnessed. Now based on this we calculate our return on total equity. So this equals to 730 upon 22,125 and this is 5,230 this is a negative loss upon 16,849. 730 upon 22,125, and this into 100 to get into percentage, 3.29% or 0.03 or 3.29% is a return on total equity in a financial year 2019, whereas for this year it is a showing a negative return on equity. Minus 5,230 upon 16,849 into 100, so minus 31%. The return on total equity is minus 31% in the financial year 2020. So now what factors may have influenced this phenomenal decrease in return on equity of the company is, if you look at the revenue from operations, there is a decrease in a revenue from operations, and there is increase in other income. However, direct expenses and if you look at depreciation and amortization expenses, there is an increase. That is, one is your decrease in revenue, and second one is increase in your depreciation and amortization expenses. These two caused the company's financials, and which resulted into negative returns, that is a loss. Now similarly, we look at another company. So here we have a Borosil, and this company's profit before tax, and we look at the profit for the year. So there is an increase in a profit for the year for the 2 years, that is 2019 and 2020. This is one, your numerator values are here. Then your denominator is total equity. So here you have a total equity. There is increase in a total equity. This is because of increase in other equity. So when you see that increase in other equity, we can say that the company earned a profits. This is a linkage between a profit and loss account. There is a statement of a profit and loss and balance sheet. So if there is an increase, there is a profit, positive returns, then that is added to the equity holders. So total other equity, and equity will increase. And here if you see the other equity share capital, total issued and subscribed equity share capital. In the previous year there is no equity, and this year there is an equity share capital. And other equity, you have an increase in other equity. This is because of retained earnings. Now using these, that is values, we can calculate the equity share capital. So here in the previous year there is no equity at all for this company, and only that is, in the sense, this clearly indicates that the company went for a public issue during the 2019, and which actually considered that equity in a 2020 only. So you need to calculate the return on total equity only for the one financial year, that is 2019, because in 2020, because in 2019 there is no equity share capital. So your return on total equity for only for the financial year 2020 we will calculate. So that is the profit for the year is 4,115. This is profit for the year. And then your equity capital 1,141. So all these amounts are in rupees lakhs. Now we calculate the return on equity, 4,115 upon 1,141 into 100. So there is a 360% of return on equity for this company. Main reason for this is till now there is no total equity for this company, but in the sense, maybe this is a company which was not went for a public issue and which was running on its own funds. Now suddenly there is increase of equity share capital. If you look at most of the company run on with the liabilities. Pardon, here I consider only equity issued. So this is wrong. You need to consider the total equity. So total equity is different amount. So this is 4,115 upon your total equity, which includes your reserve, surpluses and everything. This is 65,428 or 29. So 65,429 is the total equity. So as a total equity, this includes your equity capital issued plus other equity. As you know, other equity comes from your capital. So here are the various sources of other equity. Now redeemable preference shares, capital reserve on scheme of arrangement, general reserve, retained earnings. So these are all the various sources. If you see that here, the retained earnings of the company is a phenomenal. There is 50,911 lakhs. In the sense, for many years the company is earning a profits and continuously it is accumulating its profits, because of which you have a very high general reserve. So using these values, we calculate the return on total equity, that is 4,115 upon 65,429. So 0.6 and this into 100. So 6.28% or 6.3% is the return on total equity. So if you observe this, if you return on this, we can say that return on a common equity, or just simply we can say issued equity. In case of issued equity, it has a 360% return, but the return on total equity is 6.3%. And this total equity, large portion of a total equity is from other equity, which is a general reserve or retained earnings. So retained earnings 50,911.36 lakhs are the retained earnings for this company. So this is how you need to calculate return on a total equity. And in both the cases, whether it is a Borosil Limited or your MT Educare, here both the companies is having only one form of equity, that is a common equity. So because of which you don't need to make any adjustment for the dividend to be paid to the redeemable preference shares, nor you need to include the preference share capital. So total equity is your common equity only. Thank you for listening to the lecture.